One of the best ways to achieve your goals is not through productivity. Instead, it's through proactivity. And when my friend first told me this for the first time, it really resonated with me because I realized it's so true. For most of my life, I've just been focused on being as productive as possible. But I realized it wasn't actually helping me achieve my goals. And instead, I had to be proactive. And so just to kind of define these things, productivity is essentially getting more done in less time. So the issue with that is, I mean, on the surface, it sounds good, right? Like get more things done in less time. Like, sure, let's be as productive as possible. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but what I personally fell in the trap of was I just ended up doing a lot of things that didn't actually move the needle, didn't actually help me achieve my goals. So I could let's say I wanted to get better grades, but I spend all day trying to pick the best colors and make my notes pretty. Yes, I'm doing a lot, and I might be able to do that in less time, but it's not actually contributing towards my goal. And so proactivity is more powerful because it allows you to focus and work on the right things, not just doing more things. And so the way, this is a nice analogy, not credit to me, credit to ChatGPT, but proactivity prevents fires, productivity puts them out. And so, yes, productivity is important. You want to get more things done in less time, but proactivity comes first because proactivity is what prevents the fires. It prevents you from being stuck in a cycle of just urgent tasks and allows you to basically look at the situation beforehand and basically see what do I need to do before to set my future self up for the best chances of success. And I realized that the more proactive we are, the more power we have. Because essentially, this is what my mentor told me, you can tell someone's success by the time between thought and action. So if you have thought here, action here, the distance between that represents how powerful someone is. And if you think about God is basically someone that can instantly speak things into being, which means that the difference between thought and action is basically zero. And that's why in the Bible, as soon as God thinks of something, it instantly becomes reality. Now, obviously we can't get to that stage, but we can get closer. And so if we minimize the latency between thought and action, that leads to success. That leads to us achieving our goals. And that, by definition, is proactivity. And the cool thing about proactivity is that it solves a lot of issues. When we're proactive and we go out and do things before we're told to, that is what leads to clarity. We think that, right now, I don't know what my purpose is. I don't know what to do, or I want to do next year. I'm so lost in life. I just hate school or whatever. Those feelings are often a symptom of when you're not being proactive enough. And so when you're proactive and you go get after it and you get information as quickly as possible, that's when clarity comes. Clarity comes after action. And so in order to be whatever goal you want to achieve, if you feel like it's kind of out of reach or you're not sure how to approach the goal, your goal should be to take any action in any direction just to gain more information about the goal. For example, when I was planning out my gap year and taking a gap year from university, I didn't know what I wanted to do. And so basically, I just tried to be as proactive as possible, reach out to all these different people, get as much information as possible. And from that, I eventually gained clarity as for what I wanted to do during my gap year, which is now working as a YouTube strategist for this educational channel. And so that's probably one of the biggest lessons I've learned. And I really want you to avoid the mistake I made, which is I was too focused on productivity that I forgot about the importance of proactivity. And so that's a lesson I want to leave you with.